Howdy. Today, I want to talk about something that, I don't know, maybe I'm making a mountain out of a molehill. Certainly wouldn't be the first time, but it's something that's kind of been bugging me lately, and I'd like to hear your opinion on it. Artifact mods and their relationship with the PvP sandbox. Yeah, at this point in time, making suggestions about PvP might very well be akin to me just yelling into my pillow. But call me crazy because I still do enjoy PvP, so I'll continue to give feedback when it comes to me as I lay in bed, staring at my ceiling at 3 a.m. And on that note, artifact mods. Talk about a love-hate relationship. I'll admit, at the beginning of a new season, I really do enjoy the feeling of going through the artifact with a fine-tooth comb to find whatever the new mods are and theory craft which ones I think will be really good. It's kind of like a really nerdy D2 version of Christmas morning. What new toys do we have to play with? Whoa, bricks from beyond, awesome! And while I don't want to lose that feeling or that fun factor of using some of those mods in-game, I feel like a lot of seasonal artifact mods have completely turned the PvP sandbox upside down for the worse. And I feel like it always goes side by side with just inconvenient timing, by the way. Meaning, maybe a weapon archetype that has been in desperate need of a PvP nerf finally gets one. Yay! But sometimes it doesn't matter because out with the old and in with the new. Some old OP weapon finally gets kicked in the crotch, but now some new wild artifact mod steps in to take its place and throws everything into chaos anyway. And before you say anything, don't worry, I won't be a full-on whiny McBitch pants out here with my critiques. I'll actually offer a few suggestions of how I feel maybe we could alleviate this issue. Again, if it even is one. If I'm truly the only one annoyed by this, then for real, let me know, and I'll just sit down and cope. But before we dive into all that, why don't we talk about shaving the old mole rat with the sponsor of today's video, Manscaped. Boys, Manscaped is trusted by more than 8 million men worldwide for their trimmers, shower and hygiene products, and their premium boxers. But now they've got another product to level up your groom game, the new Weed Whacker 2.0 nose and ear hair trimmer. Ever get home from a date, looked in the mirror, and realized your nose hairs have been sticking out so much you look like a freaking party favor? Avoid that and use the premium Weed Whacker 2.0 nose and ear trimmer. It's got a 7,000 RPM motor with an improved steel blade system and upgraded cutting performance from their first generation Weed Whacker. The nose and ear trimmer comes with skin-safe technology to help reduce nicks, snags, and tugs. It's also cordless, rechargeable, and has a battery with up to 45 minutes of runtime. When you select the Peak Hygiene plan with your purchase, you'll receive a replacement blade every 3 months delivered right to your door, so when you're whacking, you can keep it clean. Also, the Weed Whacker 2.0 will be in all Manscaped tool sets, including the Platinum Package 4.0 and the Performance Package 4.0. So no matter what kit you pick, you will receive the new Weed Whacker 2.0 nose and ear trimmer. Level up your grooming game with the Weed Whacker 2.0 nose and ear trimmer. Head on over to manscaped.com/falloutplays and get 20% off and free shipping. Again, that's 20% off and free international shipping at manscaped.com/falloutplays. All right, we back. So before I tell you what the destructive flavor of the month is at the current moment, as if you didn't already know, why don't we take a brief stroll down memory lane? The ghosts of artifact mods past, starting with Thunder Coil. Good lord, Thunder Coil. Grants bonus damage for all arc melee abilities and refunds super energy on finisher final blows. Finishers aren't a thing in PvP, although that would be a lot of fun, but melee abilities sure are. I don't have my own footage from that far back in D2 because I'm not a weirdo, but it wasn't really hard to dig up a few clips on YouTube, and oh, the memories that came flooding back. Arc Titans absolutely shredding through waves of poor, unsuspecting jabronis with just a single button press. And when you got Thunder Coil ramped up, it was essentially a one-shot, all-you-can-punch Titan buffet. And while some of the people's joy in those clips I dug up was actually pretty infectious, let's go, baby, Thunder Coil! It still felt like I was watching something that probably belonged in mayhem. So the question I want to hit you with right now, and maybe let marinate a little bit, is this artifact mod something that you think should have been active in every PvP game type? Or maybe limited to just certain ones? No right answer, of course, but something I'll circle back to later. Go ahead and put that on the back burner for now, why don't you? Next up, Arc Battery. Grants overshield and reduced cooldown during activation for all Arc class abilities. If you're a D2 veteran that plays Hunter, there's probably a 90% chance that you rocked Arc Battery back when it was around. Dodging is fun, and Hunters do it a lot. Don't even need to get out of an engagement with it. F it. I don't need your permission. I'll roll around on the floor for no reason if I want, right in front of you. And then I'll get it back in 12 damn seconds or whatever the cooldown number is these days. And as mentioned, Arc Battery gave a free overshield. Neat. Titans took advantage of it too, but I really painfully remember the Hunter dodging. And speaking of Hunter dodging, two words that will give veteran players nightmares. banners. Classy Restoration. No temporary overshield, but instead, immediately get free restoration by activating any solar class ability. Good lord. Classy Restoration reached such a level of infamy in Season 17 PvP that you basically went into any endgame level activity, comp, trials, whatever, fully expecting to see it all the way across the board. If you were a trials Sherpa trying to get people flawless, one could argue that you were borderline throwing if you weren't using Classy Restoration. If you didn't play D2 in Season 17, why don't I explain what the landscape looked like? You find a hunter, shoot them until they're almost dead, and they insta-dodge out of combat around a corner and immediately get all of their health back. Like I mentioned earlier, I do personally feel a lot of seasonal artifact mods to be very fun in the right scenarios, and I definitely don't want that to go away. As a whole, they bring a certain unique variety and flavor of the month feel to the game that can be kind of refreshing. Right now, I probably wouldn't be using Void machine guns a lot if it weren't for Bricks from Beyond, and God knows we kinda need the versatility to break up the sheer monotony of using Starfire Protocol until the eventual heat death of the universe. But when you get certain artifact mods into the land of PvP, it's just chaos for 3 months that you can't opt out of. PvE is a little different because the Shadow Cabal don't care about me shoving 10,000 Firebolt grenades up their ass. There's not going to be a petition from the Hive for Bungie to nerf threaded blast on the front page of DestinyTheGame subreddit, but the players in PvP actually have to deal with that kind of stuff, and like with a few of the examples I showed earlier, it can get kind of rough. Just one strong artifact mod can completely warp the meta into something crazy. And on that note, we arrive at Flare Up and Rain of Firebolts. Hoo boy, I'm recording this video on Monday night, March 20th, and as of this exact moment, Iron Banner is not yet live. If I were a gambling man, I would wager a fat pile of glimmer that Iron Banner is going to be pretty damn toasty for a lot of you this week. I played a fair amount of trials over the weekend trying to get my god roll immortal, and man, fighting any team at all where more than one enemy player was rocking Rain and Flare together, and god forbid if all 3 of them were, I mean, by no means is it an unbeatable strategy, don't get me wrong, but damn, I would rather write a 10,000 word essay on why I love Le Monarch than go through that again. And Iron Banner is 6v6, so I'm kinda guessing it may be a little bit more popular in the 6s meta. If you're watching this video on Wednesday, I think, comment down below and tell me how often you're getting your cheeks roasted by double Firebolt max discipline touch of Flame Warlocks, just out of pure curiosity. Here's my spiel, gonna lay it all out. Having all these zany artifact mods active in Mayhem? Sure, I get that. Hell, even Quick Play I could understand. I mean, Quick Play is kind of the baseline PvP mode anyway, but there's nothing really at stake. People just go in there and F around. But I would like to make the case that maybe not every insane artifact should be active in comp and trials specifically. Again, maybe I'm way off base right now. And if you think I am, please tell me. But to me, it just seems kind of wild to have that stuff turned on in competitive endgame PvP. I know, I just used the word competitive and PvP in the same sentence referring to D2. Lamau, I get it. But you understand what I'm driving at here. Didn't Bungie say in the past that we're trying to achieve a certain level, a certain balance of gunplay to ability spam in PvP? To me, it just kind of feels like a mixed message when after hearing that, we get a free artifact mod letting you chuck 2 beefed up Firebolts. Just to reiterate, I'm only proposing this as an idea for PvP. Keep all the wild artifact mods in Mayhem, and sure, even Quick Play where people can have fun with them at low stakes, and just keep the comp side of things more compy. And that way, the PvE side will also win, I think. I mean, I'm sure all the PvE folk are really tired of having to deal with all the nerfs for things they love using in PvE because something is actively crushing the PvP meta. I feel for them, I really do. If the shoe was on the other foot, I would be annoyed too. But yeah, I legit want to know, do you think this would be a good idea or a bad idea? Keep the fun PvP game types fun, keep the comp game types comp-ish, at least to the point where we don't have to go through another classy restoration level situation. As always, I look forward to hearing your thoughts, and thank you to those that weigh in with a level head. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you on stream.